My name is Larry Rinker. I'm a professional golfer. Played the PGA Tour for 20 years, played in 525 tour events, and I now am a golf instructor, and I have over 10,000 hours of teaching experience. The Pro Package and Face Impact is important for everyone because you have to understand what the path of the club is when you hit a golf ball and where you hit it in the club face. Those are two of what I'd call the top three that determine where your ball goes. The other one is club face angle. It used to cost a lot of money to measure path, and now thanks to FlightScope, we have a less expensive way to do it. And to me, path is huge, and knowing where you hit it in the club face is also huge. Club path is the horizontal direction the club is traveling when you hit the golf ball. It's at the target, left of the target, to the right of the target. And that is huge to understand. A lot of people don't know where their path is. I ask that all the time. Where do you think you swung the club? Do you think you swung it left, straight, or to the right? And a lot of times they answer incorrectly. But knowing that without a shadow of a doubt is huge. And to me, path is essential if you're working on your golf swing. If you're guessing at your path, you're guessing at what you need to do. Face to path, face to target. Face to target is simply where is the club face at impact in regard to your target. Is it to the right of your target? Is it at the target? Or is it left? Face to path is the relationship between the path, that horizontal direction the club is traveling when you hit the golf ball, and where the club face was. And that relationship is very important in regard to determining the direction your ball goes. So if someone swings 4 to the right and they have the club face half of that, 2 to the right, and hit it in the center of the face, that ball curves right to left and ends up at the target. A lot of people think, hey, I need the club face at the target to make it go there. No, as long as the club face is half of the path and you hit it in the center of the face, that ball's gonna curve and end up at your target. But face to path, to me, is the big one because that's how you start understanding, how do I hit a ball left to right? How do I hit a ball right to left? And also, path is very important because if you get face to path too far apart, you have trouble controlling the club face at impact. Dynamic loft is the actual loft being delivered to the golf ball at impact, 4/10,000ths of a second. So you could have 10 degrees on your driver and deliver 8 degrees. You could deliver 12 or 14. It's measuring that. The other parameter that goes with dynamic loft is angle of attack. We call it jaws. So with wedges, we're gonna have a big difference. You could hit down 10 degrees with your sand wedge and have 45 degrees of loft. That's a 55-degree spin loft. With a driver, hopefully you're hitting up on it. That means you're gonna hit it further. And you've got some good dynamic loft. You've got loft in the club. So those two are gonna be closer together when you hit a driver. But dynamic loft and angle of attack go together and they call that spin loft. Low point is the low point of the golf club, the bottom of the arc. And if you're hitting down on a golf ball, low point will be in front of the ball. If you're hitting up on a golf ball, up means low point's behind the ball and the club's going up, going through. So low point is really just a measurement of where the bottom of the arc is. And it's kind of interesting, low point is measured in inches, angle of attack is measured in degrees, but a lot of times that number is very similar. So if low point's 4 inches behind the ball with a driver, you're probably hitting about 4 up. If low point's 4 inches in front of the golf ball, you're probably hitting about 4 degrees down. Horizontal swing plane is something that took me a long time to get my arms around because I was trying to think, okay, it's kind of a path measurement, and it's different than path, and how is that different? And then it finally dawned on me that horizontal swing plane is measured at low point. So if you're hitting down on a golf ball 4 degrees, low points is probably 4 inches in front of the ball. Horizontal swing plane's measuring there. So if you're a right-handed golfer, horizontal swing plane would be left of the path because path is measured at impact. If the angle of attack is 0, dead level, then horizontal swing plane and path are the same number. And if you're hitting up on your driver and low points behind the golf ball, horizontal swing plane will be more to the right. And Graham McDowell did a fantasy golf camp with us, and one of his numbers was horizontal swing plane that he wanted to check out. He was using it to make sure he wasn't swinging too in to out or too far to the right. So as long as he was hitting down and his path was a little right, but that horizontal swing path was a little left, he felt like, okay, I'm good. I'm not swinging too far in to out. Vertical swing plane is really something that can tell you if you're over the top of the plane and swinging too far left as a right-handed golfer, or if you're on plane, or if you're under the plane. So if you're over the top, vertical swing plane steeper. If you're on plane, that's going to be a good angle. And if you're under the plane, you're going to be too shallow. So vertical swing plane is really measuring kind of the plane you're swinging, the angle the club's coming into the ball. Curve is just a measurement of how much your ball is curving. It's going to be a function of path and club face and where you hit the ball in the face. So if you're trying to curve a ball around a tree, you've got to curve it a lot. A lot of guys are on the range today, hitting baby draws and baby fades, but you always get in trouble when you start curving the ball too much. And so curve is just something to let you know if your path and face are too far apart, because the further your path and face are apart, the more your ball curves. Club speed profile, club acceleration profile, those are parameters that are really used by fitters. I know when I worked with a fitter and we were trying to figure out what shaft I should have in my irons, when he saw the profile with the correct shaft for me, he said, that's the shaft for you. So if you're wanting to get fit for a set of clubs, you want to make sure your fitter has those 2 parameters.